Good evening. Welcome to Have I Got News For You? I'm Charlie Brooker. In the news this week, after weeks of negative press about dubious gifts, Angela Rayner reluctantly agrees to return some of her free shoes. Ahead of a busy day at a global summit, Emmanuel Macron undertakes his daily naked yoga routine, unaware his hotel room curtains are see-through. And as tensions rise in the region, North Korea unveils state-of-the-art new measures to stop people crossing the border. On Ian's team tonight is an artist who's famous for his teddy bear sidekick Alan Measles, although he's thinking of replacing him with a more up-to-date companion, Malcolm Monkeypox. Please welcome Grayson Perry. And on Paul's team tonight is a comedian whose dad owned a sex shop. It never affected her life until that traumatic 9th birthday when she asked for a rabbit. Please welcome Angela Barnes. We begin with the bigger news stories of the week. Paul and Angela, take a look at this.
Oh, yes, he's been doing that action ever since he was a teenager. Donald Trump, Kamala Harris. This is an American election coming up.
And that's the Labour leader, Keir Starmer. Are the Labour volunteers helping with the American election?
Yes, this was one case where the journalists were getting a bit overexcited. They were saying, the Labour volunteers have gone over to work on Kamala Harris's campaign, and this might affect our relationship with a Trump presidency, as if that was going to be any kind of normal relationship, if, God forbid, he wins.
I love this, the idea that... Aren't they basically just door knockers and canvassers? The idea they could make any different. Like, if door knocking worked, then, for a start, we'd all be Jehovah's Witnesses with excellent broadband.
Are you not? It's a manoeuvre to influence the election in favour of the Democrats. It's been dubbed Operation Zero Difference.
And also, Trump made this an issue. The week 100 sort of Labour volunteers coming over. This is the same week that Elon Musk is offering £1 million to any voter. It's essentially an enormous bribe to the electorate. So Trump is saying, what about these volunteers from Britain? They're going to make all the difference.
You enter a lottery by signing a petition supporting Trump. It's a bit of a loophole.
Yes.
And you have to be registered to vote in a swing state. And then you get entry to a prize draw to win $1 million. He's doing this every day. Until the election.
Do you know who I feel for with this story? I think of poor old Stormy Daniels sitting at home watching this. Going, they just have to sign a petition and they get $1 million. I only got 130,000. You don't want to know what I had to
The
do.
Republicans have made an official complaint about what they're saying is Labour interference. They called it blatant foreign interference by the far left.
Starmer, the far left, he must be so proud. Yes, but all those Corbynites turning in their graves.
I mean, compared to American politicians, he is far left, though, isn't he? I mean, their left is kind of what? Middle of the Tory party.
Yeah, sort of Rishi Sunak.
Yeah.
To be fair to them, there is a bit of an unfortunate tradition of the British left trying to influence the US election.
Oh, this will be the Guardian newspaper. I can't remember which election it was now. A few years back.
It was. In 2004, the Guardian ran a letter-writing campaign encouraging Guardian readers to write letters to individuals in US swing states.
Yes.
They said things like this: please forgive this intrusion. I'm writing to you because I care about America deeply. And you may wonder why on earth your friends in Britain are telling you how to vote. And, oh, America, let us love you again. We might as well have opened with, dear stupid Yank.
Yeah, I mean, and in America, they're making the same mistake again. You know, it's the left patronising the centre states, and they're going to... That's why Trump's going to win.
How do you think the Americans responded?
They voted the other way.
Yeah, but they actually responded personally to the letters.
Oh, right.
They were very angry.
They were not delighted. They said things like, get back to your crappy little island with its shitty food.
To be fair, they've got a point. It's a bit like a cowboy turning up at your house to tell you to vote Lib Dem.
They also wrote back to say, have you not noticed that Americans don't give two shits what Europeans think of us? Each email you send telling us why not to vote for the Republicans is going to backfire, you stupid yellow-toothed hen. In the end, of course, the joke was on America, and John Kelly won, and he was a tremendous success, and he served 2 successive terms as president of Cloud fucking Cuckoo Land. Do you know who else has been complaining?
Is it our Nige?
It might be your night.
Farage himself has lobbied for Trump, and there's some question over whether Farage's plane tickets over there contravene the law about foreign intervention. So there is some suggestion that Farage himself might be hypocritical, which is difficult to believe. The Conservative Party, have frequently sent over volunteers. John Major sent over people to help George Bush get in. There is a tradition of doing this. It's just when the Labour Party do it, Trump turns it into an issue because he's worried about his actual interference with the election on the side.
Do they ever send people over here?
Yeah, they're Mormons.
Trump's longest-serving chief of staff, John F. Kennedy...
John F. Kennedy?
Breaking news.
What a comeback.
Yeah.
I knew someone had got shot at a rally.
John Kelly was his ex-chief of staff during the last time he was... or during the first time he was president, or during the only time he was president, depending on when this goes out on Dave Channel. He said that sort of essentially that Donald Trump is a fascist and that he was always sort of saying Hitler was good. He did lots of good things.
Fair. I think there's obvious differences between... I don't think Trump can paint.
John Kelly called him a fascist.
Yes.
Technically, he's a fascist.
Yeah.
It's good to have that cleared up.
Yeah.
Because no one had spotted that. I think it was the bit about rounding up your opponents and using the military, and you thought... Yeah, that's very left-wing. Oh, no, it isn't. Oh,
Well, they join up round the back, don't they? The extreme left and the extreme right.
They join that round the back?
They join up round the back. It's like, if you've got the extremes, they're as bad as each other at the ends. Centrist dads like me.
You're an average centrist dad.
I am. Nowadays, yeah, this is an average fashionable look.
I see you've just come back from a funeral.
Shall we move on to Kamala Harris?
Yes.
Despite raising millions of dollars and making a slew of media appearances, what's she failing to do?
Shift the opinion polls.
There was a very cheering poll, though, that said that only about a quarter of America think there'll be civil war.
Yes.
Trump has been improving in the polls, but getting his voters out is perceived to be one of his main weaknesses. How has he been trying to get people to turn out for him?
This is not working at McDonald's, is it?
We're coming to that.
Oh, well, OK, I'll save that bit then.
He's been appearing on lots of sort of incel websites.
Yes, and working at McDonald's as well. Too early.
We're coming to that.
We're coming to that.
I'll give you a nod.
Give me a nod.
I'll give you a nod.
OK, yeah, I'll watch out for that.
Yeah, 'cause one of the things that's interesting about the US election and across Europe as well is the kind of gender divide now.
You're close to what he's been trying to do. It's something to do with gender. He's been appealing to his female base. He said in one speech, "Get your fat husband off the couch. Get that fat pig off the couch. Slap him around, get him up." So, Paul...
Yes?
What do you think Trump might have done this week to appear like a man of the people?
He's been working at Burger King.
I think he's hired the whole store for a weekend. Those people aren't real. They're full of actors. And then Trump goes and does cosplay.
It's such a convoluted thing, isn't it? He's kind of like hiring people so he can appear authentic. It's like a weird...
Yeah.
Kind of...
That's like an art installation.
It is, yeah.
Would you like to see him at work?
Yes, please.
Oh my God! Oh my God!
Look at all the fake news over there. Hello, everybody.
You can fake this,
And
right?
you know this is compliments of Trump, okay?
Yes, thank
Okay.
you. Mr. President,
Yes.
please don't let the United States become Brazil, my native Brazil.
We'll keep it
Please,
good.
Please, please.
We're going to make it better than ever, okay?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. It's a pleasure, Mr. President. Yes.
Thank you, Mr. President. You made it possible for ordinary people like us to meet you.
You're not ordinary.
I mean, thank you so much. We pray for you.
I don't know if you could tell, but that was staged.
He's doing it out of fury.
Oh, because she worked at McDonald's.
Yeah, Kamala Harris said she worked in a McDonald's, and he said, "I don't believe you."
Yeah.
And then the Republicans said, "OK, if you worked there when you were 20, where's the invoices? Where's the receipts?" From 30 years ago, a part-time job. And she said, "I don't have them." And they said, "Aha, you're lying."
I think it's nice to see that McDonald's does give opportunities to convicted felons.
Trump, during his shift, he praised the kitchens as very clean. Do you know what happened the next day?
They were closed down by the health inspector.
Funnily enough, McDonald's US suffered a serious E. coli outbreak and had to withdraw some burgers from sale. Shall we have a quick quiz to see who here is a man of the people?
Yeah, sure.
OK. Which of you is most in touch with everyday Britons? OK, if I went to McDonald's and I ordered a double cheeseburger with medium fries, a large Coke Zero and an Oreo McFlurry, what would it cost me?
I have never been in a McDonald's in my entire life. So I'm thank you very much. So I'd like to opt out of this quiz. £6.80.
Is the right answer.
Can't be.
£4.19.
No, it's probably £10.46.
That's £7.
No, actually, the answer... I've got no idea. I'm in TV, so I only eat posh dinner parties. But if there are any plebs watching, please write in. And do tell us if you can afford a stamp, however much they cost. While Kamala has been denouncing Trump as a fascist at her events, what important issue has been on Trump's mind?
Oh, is this the size of Arnold Palmer's manhood?
Funnily enough, yes. Arnold Palmer, deceased golfing legend, is of great interest to Donald Trump. Do you want to see what he said at a rally the other day?
This is a guy that was all man. His man was strong and tough. And I refuse to say it, but when he took showers with the other pros, they came out of there, they said, oh, my God. That's unbelievable. I had to say it.
Are we sure he had a big penis, or did it just look big in Donald Trump's tiny hand?
The story doesn't even make any sense anyway, like all the golfers showering together. I mean, the golfers don't all finish a round of golf at the same time. You know.
While this has been going on with Trump, what has Vladimir Putin been up to?
He's been organising a conference.
Yeah, he's been organising a slightly scary conference.
Yeah, it was an Axis of Evil event.
Was that wasn't the official title, was it?
No, it was...
Is it the BRICS conference?
Yeah, because everybody's shitting one.
BRICS, it stands for Brazil, Russia, India, China and South Africa.
Yes.
It's a shame Brazil joined and not Portugal.
This is the Trump campaign's accusation that Labour is interfering in the US presidential election. 100 Labour Party activists are heading to America intent on swinging the election for the Democrats, although they'll spend the first week desperately trying to find somewhere in Alabama that serves quinoa salad. Reacting to the news, a spokesperson for Trump said, every time the British try to interfere in America, it does not end well, starting with the defeat at the Battle of Yorktown all the way up to James Corden's chat show. Ian and Grayson, take a look at this.
OK, that's Keir in the call centre. Your call's important to us.
They've given her control of Keir. There's the Wester.
This is basically because everything is falling apart and there's no money to fix it. So, would you like to play a fun little game instead?
Yeah, sure. What's the game?
Yeah.
Is it called Have I Got News for You?
In honour of Labour's attempts to fix, change or otherwise patch up the country, we're playing a little game called Back, Sacked or Cracked. Basically, I show you a picture and I want you to tell me what it is and whether it's come back, getting sacked or is totally cracked. Fingers on buzzers.
Yes.
Here's your first one. What's this?
Is this the NHS? I think it's backed, though, the NHS.
It's cracked. It's cracked. It's well and truly cracked. Health Secretary Wes Streeting has got a big idea to fix the NHS, and do you know what it is?
You're saying he's found a way to stop the crack showing in the NHS? Is that to sew up the backs of those gowns?
Brilliant suggestion.
It's the consultation.
Yes.
And of course, the public have responded in their usual glorious British way by suggesting things like every hospital should have a Weatherspoons.
Do you know some of the other things that the public suggested? This is on a website, basically.
They suggested that ambulances didn't have an alarm, but they had Danny Dyer shouting.
Out the way, eat less chips, you fat bastard.
They include building a Weatherspoons in every hospital, making a dog health secretary, offering lobotomies to the population of Birmingham, which I thought had already happened, changing all ambulance sirens to Danny Dyer shouting "Nino" and firing Wes Streeting out of a cabin. Can you think of any other ways to improve the nation's health?
Pay junior doctors a decent whack. Like, I read somewhere that junior doctors get paid less than an IT graduate, and you can't just turn a life support machine on and off again. I used to be a nurse, and I know I wasn't a good nurse, because when that pandemic happened in 2020, not one of my nurse friends suggested I go back to it.
While we're on health,
Yes.
have a look at this picture. Tell me what this is.
Is that Britain's gold reserves?
Scurvy.
It's back.
It's back.
Yeah, there were 171 cases reported in the NHS last year. I'm more excited about scurvy coming back than Oasis. Next, what is this? Is this back, sacked or cracked?
This is the water companies, is it?
Yeah, I'm assuming it's cracked, definitely.
It's the country's water pipe infrastructure.
Yeah.
Yes.
And there's also a very specific problem with it. It's something that affects IQ levels.
Lead?
It is lead. One of the big problems with our water supply is the amount of lead piping still in use. There are over 5 million lead pipes still in use. Back in 1969, water companies pledged to get rid of all lead piping by the year 2050. Based on their current rate, when do you think they will finish that job?
3006.
Is it never?
Paul was eerily close. It's actually the year 3273 AD. They haven't even got round to replacing the lead pipe in Cluedo yet, and that's time. Next bit of back, sacked or cracked?
Yes,
Yes,
go
I think,
on.
yeah.
Sacked or cracked? OK, take a look at this.
This is Porridge, the sitcom. Ronnie Barker, Fulton Mackay, Richard Beckinsale. They're letting prisoners out early to make more room for prisoners to go into prison.
You are right. This is the over 1,000 convicted criminals who are back on the streets this week after having their sentences cut short to free up space.
The papers and photographers are now outside prisons, just waiting for the early release day.
Yeah, wasn't there a guy who sort of posed with a Bentley?
Yeah, and there was a guy who was picked up in a Lamborghini.
It's a kind of prom.
It's a happy day.
Yeah, one of them said thank you to Keir Starmer for letting him out early.
He did. Would you want to see a picture of him?
Yeah,
You want to see a picture of him?
certainly
Here
do.
he is. Look,
There he is.
Daniel Dowling Brooks. He told journalists, I kidnapped someone who owed my friend money. I tied him up and had him at gunpoint. It was bad, but not as bad as they made it. And he added, big up Keir Starmer.
Yeah.
Well, he said more than that, but his sentence got cut short.
Very good.
There's a moth flying around.
Yeah. I think it's jumped out of the script.
Your final back, sacked or cracked?
Sacked, hopefully.
It's a trick question, this.
Did he have a back, sack and crack?
It's a trick question because he is all three. Most people think he's cracked. He was also sacked by his constituents, but now he's back. Do you know why he's back?
Is it because it's Halloween next week?
He's back on his own reality show. Here's a glimpse of it. Have a look. There you go. Sort of like a 1920s goggle box.
Like he sits on his own sofa in the same way he sits on the benches in the House of Commons, like his ventriloquist has gone for a piss.
Do you know what it's called, this show?
At Home with the Rees-Moggs.
Nearly, it's Meet the Rees-Mogg.
Oh, Meet the Rees-Moggs.
Should have called it Country File. This is the news that the government has unveiled a key plank of its NHS strategy. It's called Wes Street. One major part of the government's health policy is for the NHS to introduce a digital approach, something the Royal College of Proctologists has been practising for years. More than 1,000 prisoners have been released early because of overcrowding. One was asked if he'd be celebrating with a wild night of drink, drugs and casual sex. He replied, "I've had enough of that inside for the last 4 years." So to round two, the picture spin quiz. Fingers on buzzers again, everyone.
Yes, King Charles, Queen Camilla been in Australia, as indicated by them coming down the steps. There's been some demonstrations by Aboriginal spokespeople who quite rightly have got a lot to complain about. Yeah, so there's a big talk about whether Australia should become a republic.
You're absolutely right. This is Indigenous Australian Senator Lydia Thorpe.
Yes.
She heckled the King during a reception at Parliament House in Canberra. She shouted, "You committed genocide against our people. You are not my king. Fuck the colonies." I think they've already done that.
He said, "Oh, have you come far?"
Someone else didn't give the King the warmest welcome?
Yeah, the senators, the regional heads didn't turn up.
That may well be true.
Yes.
I'm only aware of a reality that exists printed on these cards.
Fine.
And outside of that, my knowledge is hazy.
Yeah, well, forget it.
That might be true. So someone else didn't give someone not human.
Kangaroo. Wallaby.
You're really stereotyping Australia here.
No, that's where kangaroos and wallabies are from. Wallabies are wannabe kangaroos.
It was an alpaca.
An alpaca?
An alpaca wearing a crown.
Yes.
Which sneezed on him. Do you want to see it?
Yeah, go on then.
Have a look.
Without the phone.
That would be an alpaca, or is it Bernie Clifton?
What did one woman outside a church in Sydney do to welcome him?
Did they dance together?
She played the flute. She played the flute at him. What was particularly impressive about the performance?
She didn't put it in her mouth.
What was impressive was that she'd only learned how to play God Save the King that very morning. Do you want to have a look?
Yeah, go on in.
Oh.
Okay, straight over. Come here, Pop.
Didn't bother to learn the second half. What other festivities did the Australians lay on for the royal couple?
Don't know, but it's always a big dinner, but it can't be that.
Oh, barbecue.
Barbecue.
And then the King did stuff with sausages.
That's his hands, Ian.
Charles and Camilla experienced a sausage sizzle. Would you want to see their sausage sizzle?
We can't imagine what it would look like.
Here you go.
Did you ever meet Arnold Palmer?
This is the royal visit to Australia, where Charles was heckled and sworn at by an Australian senator. Prime Minister Anthony Albanese said her behaviour was not of the standard Australians expect, because she was sober and didn't punch him. In a speech to Parliament, Charles reminisced about an earlier visit to Australia when he had to contend with brown snakes, spiders and eating unmentionable parts of a bull, after which Ant and Dec gave him 3 stars for camp. OK, fingers on buzzers.
Yes, this is clearly what the photo tells us all, really, the Photoshop. It's a sheep has clearly been producing some art.
Are you telling me that's photoshopped?
Well, I don't think that beret looks real. Some artwork has been created by a sheep. I very much doubt that it's used those 2 brushes that it's got on the floor there.
Have you seen this story?
No. There's always an animal doing art whenever I come on.
This is the news that a sheep in South Africa has learned to paint. Would you like to see
He hasn't learned to paint.
It's a lie.
He just hasn't, though, has it?
Do you want to see it?
Yeah, go on, let's have it.
Yeah.
Are we looking for sheep-based painters' puns here? Rembrandt, is that one of them? Have you got one there?
You're nearly. Yeah.
Nearly.
He's called Banksy. Although the Daily Star preferred to call him Lamb Goff.
That's dreadful.
Rembrandt was better. Would you like to see...
No, I don't think we do, actually.
Here you go. What's this? What's he painted here?
Feeding time.
A self-portrait.
It is an animal.
It isn't.
It's a rhino.
It's a warthog. You're close, obviously.
How do you know it's a walk? Did they ask the sheep?
Can you identify this animal that Banksy has painted?
Yeah, it's an aardvark.
That's a rooster.
It's a pelican.
It's not.
Of course. Those two were really difficult, to be fair. Do you want an easy one?
Yeah, let's give us one that we can easily guess.
Yeah. I'll get an easy one to finish on.
Yeah, go on then.
Here's
OK.
What's this?
Yeah.
It's a jellyfish, obviously.
African dung beetle.
Well, it's shit.
I can't tell you on how many levels this is depressing.
What does Banksy's owner, Joanne Lefson, have to say about his talents?
They're non-existent.
She says, Banksy proves that sheep are not stupid.
Just the rest of us are.
Do you know how Banksy learnt his craft?
Did he do a foundation course and then a couple of years at the Courtauld?
He learnt from the best because he grew up with a pig painting prodigy, Picasso. Isn't it amazing that the same owner has managed to rear two animals that can paint?
Makes you understand the history of art, really, doesn't it?
Yeah, Renaissance Florence.
Yeah, you know, Paris in the turn of a century.
This farmyard.
Yeah.
Surely the pig should be called Francis Bacon.
Do you want to know...
No. I've exhausted this story.
Really? I've got some final dregs to squeeze out.
Yeah,
Because,
go on
one day, according to owner Joanne, the sheep picked up a paintbrush in his stall and started painting.
What was a paintbrush doing in its stall?
Yeah, with paint on it.
Yeah.
And a canvas. And the owner holding it, rubbing it against his face.
Do you know where Picasso is these days?
Yeah, he did a sandwich.
Here he is. This is a sheep in South Africa who, it says here, can paint. Here's the sheep with one of his paintings. I'd like to think one day we'll see that hanging somewhere for about 6 days until it's nice and gamey. Fingers on buzzers again.
These are the guys who have met in a pub every Thursday for 56 years, I think it was.
So a bunch of blokes meet up every Thursday for 56 years.
Yeah.
You got any idea what that might be like?
I don't know, because today's Friday.
Sorry, Joe, I was breaking the illusion there, wasn't I?
Yeah, you are breaking the illusion. This is live.
That's them now. That's them today. Do you want to see them back in the day?
I think so.
There they are, many years ago.
I see one of them used to be a woman.
According to the BBC, in the intervening years, they've had 17 children, 33 grandchildren and 6 great-grandchildren, still putting them narrowly behind Boris Johnson.
I think it's a testament to the life-giving elixir that is beer.
Is it life-giving, though?
5 of them are vampires because only one of them is showing a reflection in the mirror behind them. That's a worry. They're the undead.
What do you think they talk about when they meet up?
They probably do the organ recital, like all old people do.
The what?
The organ recital, you know, like, how are you? Like, well, my stomach's a bit...
They were interviewed about what their secret is.
Is it that 5 of them sleep in coffins filled with the earth from Transylvania?
Not to my knowledge, no. They were asked on BBC Radio Sheffield about the importance of men opening up for the sake of their mental health. This is what they said.
I think times have changed, haven't they? And especially for men, like talking about feelings, talking about things that you're worried about. Are you good at that?
We don't do emotional type stuff.
It's the most Yorkshire thing I've ever seen.
This is the story about a group of men who've been meeting every Thursday night for the past 56 years. The elderly gents meet in a pub in picturesque rural Yorkshire, though obviously they need to leave promptly if they want to catch the last tin bath down the hill. You're going to have to say that all again in my ear.
You're sacked.
Gotcha. OK. Time now.
Why have you started talking like that?
That's how I talk. Time now.
We've been coming here 56 years. Time now.
Now you've made me super self-conscious.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, don't be super self-conscious. Just don't go, time now.
Time now for the odd one out round. Just one between you this week.
Oh.
Here you go! All right. They are Donald Trump, David James, King Conker again, and the child catcher from Chitty Chitty Bang Bang.
Now, David James was in the news. He was at the Liverpool game. He used to be a Liverpool goalkeeper, I think. And during half-time, they had some entertainment where a small child, was taking penalties against him, but he didn't. He saved them. The Conker man, I think his opponent was much younger than him. The person that he beat in the World Championships of the Conker, a perfectly legitimate Conker that was in any way was considered controversial once it was proved that it was a genuine Conker and not made by British Leyland.
He did have a steel Conker, he just didn't use it.
It's about making kids cry, because he made the children who took the penalties, they didn't get them, and they cried. And Donald Trump shouted at someone in one of his rallies because the baby cried.
Right.
And the child catcher, who looks like Peter Mandelson but isn't, and we'll make that really clear next week, he doesn't in any way look like him. The children cry.
Yeah, and so the Conker man is the odd one out because he defeated his opponent fairly and squarely, and the child, a younger person, did not cry.
You're absolutely right.
Yay!
Thank you.
They have all upset children, except King Conker, who really was entertaining kids with his metal conker.
Yeah. Yes.
This was the controversy that rocked the world of sport.
It was rocked.
Do you know what an investigation into King Conker has now concluded?
Cleared him completely.
Yeah.
Completely innocent.
At the highest level, they got the UN in, and they made it absolutely clear that he's innocent.
He's been cleared of cheating at the World Conker Championships by using a steel nut he had in his pocket. A spokesperson for the championships told The Guardian, "We have studied photos and videos of matches, interviewed judges and examined King Conker's chest." So it was a thorough investigation.
Excellent.
Great.
Now, you alluded to it earlier. What did former England and Liverpool goalkeeper David James do to upset a child?
Save penalties.
Well, yes. During half-time at the Liverpool v Chelsea game on Sunday, a young Liverpool fan was given a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to score a penalty in front of the whole COP against James. However, James saved the 11-year-old's penalty. Here it is. Very, very sad. Very, very sad moment. To be fair to David James, he got booed by the crowd, so he gave the kid a second chance. Here's how that turned out.
He looked like he was trying to miss it, and his foot just caught it. Yes.
He was showing off. He thought, I can get this one with my foot.
When I got married in 2009, one of the special treats we had with the guests is you could take penalties against Peter Shilton.
It was brilliant. I had a go.
Yeah.
Guess what?
He saved it.
I missed.
My wife, Suki, scored. So did Bruce Forsyth.
Oh, not a wedding night?
Yeah, not the wedding night.
In Chitty Chitty Bang Bang, the child catcher is employed to catch children and imprison them in the fictional land of Bulgaria, or as it's known in the real world, Luton. You nearly got that. Donald Trump, do you know how he upset a child? It wasn't the incident you were referring to.
Oh, right. Given that he is a huge baby...
Something to do with mowing the lawn? No, that's something else.
That sounds like a dream that you've had.
Well, sorry.
Trump mowing the lawn?
No.
What was he wearing?
I'm in a studio.
Yeah, with some other artists. There's a pig, a number of sheep.
It was actually Christmas time as part of a sort of PR opportunity when he was still president.
Yes.
He took a call from a 7-year-old who wanted to ask about Santa, and this is the response that Trump gave.
No.
Well, that's really good. We just have a good time. Are you still a believer in Santa? Because at 7 it's marginal, right?
I think that's the first time I've ever seen him smiling.
Yes, you were right. They've all upset children, except King Conker, who really was entertaining kids with his metal conker. Yeah, that old chestnut. Here is King Conker himself. Don't worry, his social life doesn't just revolve around conkers. In his spare time, he goes to his local pub, kneels on all fours and gets used as a snooker table. Time now for the Missing Words round, which this week features as its guest publication, Goat Rancher. We start with this. Firemen left red-faced after what?
Firemen left red-faced after mistaking black bin liner for Puma in tree.
Firemen left red-faced after state-of-the-art fire station burns down. This is a brand-new fire station in Germany which burnt down when a fire broke out because it hadn't been fitted with fire alarms to detect the blaze. 999, cried the firemen as they watched the flames spread. Next, darts player admits what 46 times in one day?
Counting half hours. With 1 hour for lunch.
Yeah.
Eating pork scratchings.
You know what? The answer is eating a bag of crisps.
Is it really?
Here he is. This is dance player Kevin Mills, who lives entirely off bread and crisps, and he once ate 46 packets of crisps in a single day, which ironically comes out at 180,000 calories. Next, what could be the most impractical fashion trend ever?
Knee-length hats. See-through scarves.
What's wrong with a see-through scarf?
Do you like the one I'm wearing?
The answer is actually one-legged trousers.
That's a skirt.
OK, next, if you what, then expect a visit from the Spanish goat police.
If you impersonate a Spanish goat, are you a goat? Si, senor.
That's eerily accurate.
Eerily accurate, that's a Spanish goat. Si, senor.
Is that a Mexican goat?
No, it's a Spanish goat. Si, senor.
It's actually, if you need to verify the identity of your goat, then expect a visit from the Spanish goat police.
I hate to say this, but nobody expects a visit. The Spanish goat police.
Next, police called to church coffee morning after what?
Tea brewed by devil.
It's police called to church coffee morning after member of the congregation brings along live World War I top. As you do.
Harvest Festival.
Bomb disposal experts had to be called to a church in Manchester this week when a parishioner turned up with a live shell to show friends. The live World War I shell was the most explosive thing they've had in St Paul's Church, Withington, apart from last year's open house discussion about gay marriage. Next, New Zealand limits hugging to what?
I saw this. It was 3 minutes in the airport.
You're absolutely right.
There's another woman who reads the paper.
New Zealand limits hugging to just 3 minutes at airport.
Right.
Yeah, and it's going to make, Richard Curtis films very short.
Don't they call it the French leave when you just go?
That's a French exit. When
French exit.
Disappear out of a party.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or a war.
But we're favourite.
This is the news that officials at an airport in New Zealand have limited goodbye hugs to just 3 minutes to reduce congestion in the drop-off zone. Do you want to see the sign they put up? Here
yes, please.
There it is. As you can see there, it says...
So they're encouraging dogging, basically.
Exactly. Next, man hopes to bring joy to many by creating a calendar that what?
That has 12 pictures of Arnold Palmer in tight trousers.
By creating a calendar that has a goat illustrating every month of the year.
More exciting than that.
2 goats illustrating every month of the year.
It's actually, man hopes to bring joy to many by creating a calendar that features junctions of the M60 motorway.
Oh.
Here is Stuart Atkinson with his motorway calendar.
Well, it's clearly brought him joy, hasn't it?
He was inspired, apparently, to create his M60 calendar after noticing the British tradition of silly calendars, including a calendar of council tips.
Yes.
I think he's provided one item that was going to feature heavily in that. Finally, King Charles complimented a goat in Guernsey by what?
By making it an admiral of the fleet.
Was it by text?
Ian, you were surprisingly close. King Charles complimented a goat in Guernsey by giving it an honour.
And what was that? Is it Baroness Moan? Entirely innocent.
Here is the King honouring the rare goat on a recent trip to the Channel Islands. Do you think that cheapens your knighthood, Sir Grayson?
Well, no. I mean, if they can be artists, then they can be knights as well. Fine.
Who'd you get a knighthood off? Which government?
The Tory government. I'm a crossbench, sir.
Time up, and the final scores are Ian and Grayson have 5, but Paul and Angela have 7.
Well done.
However, before we go, there's just time for the caption competition. Ian and Grayson have this.
Goat-themed Extinction Rebellion tea.
That's what I call a stag do. Tory members convene for last vote.
Paul and Angela get this.
We must never say what happened to Gerald.
On that note, we say thank you to our panellists, Ian Hislop and Sir Grayson Perry, Paul Merton and Angela Barnes, and I leave you with news that at a literary festival in Essex, there's a world first as a book loses all of its value the instant its author signs it. After 2 years on an NHS waiting list, one man looks for an alternative way to cure his constipation. And in Florida, Donald Trump gets Melania to help him with his Halloween costume. Good night.
Good evening, welcome to Have I Got News for You? I'm Jo Brand. In the news this week, after Mike Amesbury loses the Labour whip for fighting with a constituent, Nigel Farage approaches him to join Reform, but isn't taking any chances. On the first day of filming for his new open-air cooking show, Jamie Oliver regrets showing off with his opening link.
Whee!
And at Zito's, the barman hears that Angela Rayner and a friend are just a couple of minutes away. On Ian's team tonight is a stand-up comedian who once got chased by a crocodile. Nothing to be ashamed of. We've all done panto. Please welcome Nabil Abdul Rashid. On Paul's team tonight is a journalist who, in his spare time, drinks in a pub he's built in his own back garden. You do realise you can just go for a walk to avoid your family, don't you? Please welcome Tom Peck. We begin with the bigger news stories of the week. Ian and Nabil, take a look at this.
That's the budget. That box was black. It's been dyed. That's money. We haven't got any left. And, he's using a tool. And he's making...
They're retraining.
This is the budget, which seems to have been coming for about the last 10 years. But it's out today, and people were incredibly shocked, because it's the Labour Party are in power, and they've tried to redistribute some wealth. Unbelievable! I mean, you could have blown me away with a feather. Tom was there. You sat through it all.
I was there, yep. Tell the grandkids I was there. Can't leave them any money, but they will have the anecdote, and I'm sure that's what they would rather have.
It wasn't that bad. I mean, bus fares are more expensive, but pints are cheaper. Which means
yes,
the night buses are going to be less crowded, but the people on it will be drunker.
You get... So, black hole well and truly filled?
22 billion black hole. Now it turns out you need 40 billion to fill it. Well, now you've got to add on the VAT, the labour, parts. These go up and up and up.
And they inherited the black hole from the Tories.
Of course. I mean,
so you've got to pay tax on that as well now.
Now, politicians love a three-word mantra, don't they? Blair's education, education, education. Boris's build, build, build. Liz Truss's wibble, wibble, wibble. What was Rachel's?
The word she said the most, which was really an act of gross torment, was finally. She said finally 12 times. Once after 15 minutes, and there was still an hour and 10 to go.
That's cruel.
Very cruel.
It was invest, invest, invest. It was supposed to be part of Labour's strategy for growth, but what was in the budget that a lot of people complained would stunt growth?
Was this the national insurance on employers' contributions?
Indeed.
People are debating whether putting this tax on employers will just be passed straight on to employees by the employers, but that suggests a lot of employers are not responsible, generous, kind and caring, and many of us are. So we'll be sucking it up ourselves.
It's a good trick if you can do it. You'd never leave the house, would you?
Labour got hung up, didn't they, on what counts as a working person?
Yes.
Now, does anyone here say they're not a working person?
I'm not sure my mother ever thought this was a job.
I mean...
But you make it look like one.
It's hard work.
It is hard work.
I mean, you must be quite upset, Ian, on behalf of all those non-doms who are going to lose their tax break.
Yes, I mean, I'm just devastated. The idea that Lord Rothermere, the owner of the Mail, may lose his non-dom status. I mean, it's gutting. What sort of country do we live in?
Not the same one as him.
Jeremy Hunt was upset. What was he upset about?
He's not Chancellor anymore. It is funny watching all the former Chancellors saying, this budget, I mean, it really isn't very good. Liz Truss, she did, she criticised the budget, and you thought, look, the country's still standing. A day later, it's a good budget.
On the day of the budget, Labour released a report by the OBR.
The OBR.
That's right, the Office of Budget Responsibility, that blamed the previous Conservative government for covering up Jeremy Hunt's black hole, which kind of sounds a bit rude, doesn't it?
Speaking on financial related inherited black holes, there is one issue that politicians, well, most sensible ones have danced around, but a couple doubled down on foolishly. Now, I have some opinions on the situation due to some of my affiliations, but if you'll pardon me. Reparations. Now, if you're Irish, Scottish, Welsh, Polish, or from Birmingham, you're exempt, but the rest of you... Wrap me my piece.
Right, I'll get my purse in a minute, all right? Now, what did former egghead and useless Chancellor Kwasi Kwarteng say about the budget?
I think he said my budget wasn't perfect.
It was the understatement of this or any other century. Then he added but, didn't he? And then he went on to criticise this budget.
He called it naked class war.
That does sound fun.
I mean, if there's going to be a class war, then...
Might as well be naked.
How is this all affecting Keir Starmer's popularity?
It's plummeted.
After the election, he had a rating of +11, and let's all try and guess now what his rating is.
Minus 42.
You're not far off,
I think it's
actually.
minus 38.
Minus 38, correct.
Brilliant.
And apparently it's the biggest drop in favourability ratings ever recorded.
If you're going to do something, do it well. This is number one at something.
At least one Labour MP has been connecting with the voters. Who's that?
My guy. Don't call him Mike, call him Iron Mike. I like that. He showed more integrity than anyone we've seen in Labour recently, because if you watch again, you'll see every single punch was thrown from the left.
He is indeed battling Mike Amesbury, the MP for Runcorn and Helsby, and he had an altercation with a constituent at chucking out time, which was apparently about the forthcoming closure of the Sutton Weaver Swing Bridge, which carries the A56 over the Weaver. So, understandably, feelings were running high. And while all this was going on, who was finally knighted?
Gavin Williamson?
Indeed. Yes, it was.
The former Education Secretary. Obviously very popular.
He presided over the exams fiasco during COVID, sacked as Defence Secretary after a series of leaks, and once mixed up footballer Marcus Rashford and rugby player Maro Itoje.
I got mistaken once for... Anyway, never mind. It's...
Was it for me?
I mean, we're both Nigerians. That would make sense.
Who nominated him for this? Was this a Boris nomination or Liz Truss?
Boris, apparently.
Oh, is it Boris?
Yeah.
Oh, right, OK. Well, that's something else to blame him for. I expect it'll appear in his book. Copy's still on sale.
What's it called again?
It's called,
Unleashed, right?
No, Unsold.
So this is the first Labour budget in 14 years. One controversial move was to raise the cap on single bus fares from £2 to £3. What the government don't seem to realise is that a lot of people have to use buses, especially if they bought a train ticket. Also this week, Education Secretary Bridget Phillipson has discussed the possibility of introducing a smacking ban. Sadly, too late to stop a fellow MP doing it in the street. OK, Paul and Tom, have a look at this.
Right, yes. There we are. Looks like she's laughing at him. So we're very close now to
Bye-bye, democracy.
Yes.
Watch it burn.
And mystery guest is... Hello. That's where he's been for the last 6 months. Yes, it's the American election. The polls are very close. It seems unbelievable from this side of the Atlantic, but there we are. Trump had a fairly disastrous or brilliant rally, depending on who you're listening to, at Madison Square Garden.
People seem to be getting depressed by this American election.
Yeah.
I mean, I say just enjoy it. There's not going to be another one. Just get involved. Really drink it in.
Absolutely. The rallies had quite contrasting styles. Let's have a look.
God is good. God is good. Good morning. Please have a seat, everybody. Please have a seat.
You might be seated in the presence of God.
We must crush jihad!
Those aren't the worst bits.
This is a balanced selection of BBC footage showing compassion, caring, Christian virtues and mad people.
In proper BBC fashion, we're not saying which is which.
No.
He was just trying to stage like a normal Nazi rally. And then he got in a real pickle because someone said something completely inappropriate about Puerto Rico, calling it a floating island of garbage.
Yeah, let's just see the clip.
I don't know if you guys know this, but there's literally a floating island of garbage in the middle of the ocean right now. Yeah. I think it's called Puerto Rico. Okay, all right.
Stormed it.
Joe Biden has come back and accidentally said, well, his supporters are garbage. But, I mean, this is a guy who is no longer in the race because he got Zelensky and Putin the wrong way round, which, if you're sending $150 billion of weapons to one of them, you've got to get that exactly right. We are now in a situation whereby the free world depends on whether or not Joe Biden said supporters or supporters.
Yeah, they're adding in an apostrophe.
Yeah, is it the plural or the possessive noun? America decides and we all suffer the consequence.
Do we want to see Biden's comments?
I mean, might as well if you got it, yeah.
Yeah, got it, yeah.
And just the other day, a speaker at his rally called Puerto Rico a floating island of garbage. Well, let me tell you something. I don't know the Puerto Rican that I know, or Puerto Rico, where I'm in my home state of Delaware. They're good, decent, honorable people. The only garbage I see floating out there is his supporters.
Oh. Did you hear the apostrophe? You've got to listen really carefully.
Yeah, in an attempt to emphasise that he was speaking about a comedian, Biden's team issued a transcript of his remarks inserting an apostrophe between the R and S of supporters. The incident has simultaneously infuriated grammar Nazis and delighted actual Nazis.
And all he had to do was shut up. I mean, it's incredible that his only contribution will have been to win the election for the other side.
Yeah, but I mean, it's pretty mild compared to what Trump's guys have been saying. I mean, at the rally, there was a guy that said very strongly that Kamala Harris was the devil.
Yeah, and Trump complained because people have been comparing him to Hitler, having forgotten that his own vice presidential candidate compared him to Hitler.
Now, Trump also brought this person on stage at his rally. Do you know who?
As one of the late-night comics in America said, can you imagine Trump saying to his wife, Melania, this is my lawyer?
Absolutely.
And what a surprise that Donald Trump's lawyer's got a lot to smile about. A lot of work.
Did you hear the song that she came out?
Yeah, it's about winning, isn't it?
Tune, bruv.
Yes, it's called All I Do Is Win.
Yeah, but she's lost loads of cases.
Yeah, but there isn't a track called And They Were Overturned by the Supreme Court, which you've stuck full of judges.
It's on the B-side.
Oh, is it?
Oh, let's hop back to Joe Biden for a bit. What's he been doing for Halloween? He's been biting a baby's leg.
It's a tradition.
No, the baby's dressed up as a chicken. He's an old man. He understands me.
Who is Kamala Harris supposedly struggling to reach?
Women? Is it women? Men. Everyone.
Young men.
Old women. Small children dressed as chicken.
Young people.
Yes.
Who are more likely to be undecided voters. Although here she is at her recent rally appealing to her more youthful supporters.
And I see all our leaders, young leaders here as well.
Now, how did the singing of the American national anthem cause controversy at a political debate this week?
Somebody was drunk. I can't remember who was a female singer, but she was a bit drunk and she swore.
Yes, indeed. Do you want to have a look?
Yeah, go on, Em.
Can I go back, please? I got so nervous.
That is the American national anthem. I mean, the guy had his hand on his heart. He should have had his hand over his ear.
So this is the 2024 US election. Donald Trump is threatening to introduce the death penalty for certain immigrants found guilty of killing an American citizen, mainly to stop Melania putting a pillow over his face. And according to analysis, over the past few years, Trump's speeches have become darker, harsher, angrier, less focused, more profane, and increasingly fixated on the past. Sounds like me at Christmas. Donald Trump has been emphasising his personal belief in God and recently posted the following message. I love the Ten Commandments.
Yeah, I've broken all of them.
Exactly. I think that there is a catch. He sees them more as a to-do list.
I wanted to point something out here. Next to my monitor, there's a little rat or a mouse.
What?
It's got nothing to do with the... Look, here we are, look. I didn't put it there. And it doesn't look well. It's got nothing to do with the programme. If somebody can tell you via your earpiece what it's doing there, I'd be very grateful.
OK.
It's been there for about 3 series now. But I've never found an opportunity before to bring it up.
Apparently because you pop it on the floor, so it's out of shot.
No.
And so to round 2, and as it's Halloween, it's the cauldron of news.
Is this a vape?
Yeah.
I'm going to be giving my cauldron a stir, and you've got to identify what comes out of it. Fingers on buzzers, teams. Paul.
Yes, so this is something about Christmas arriving earlier and earlier, and in about 10 years' time, it will be continually Christmas.
Do you know what this phenomenon is known as?
Christmas creep.
It is indeed. Should we see an example of Christmas creep?
Yuletide year long. Oh, I'm sorry, I ruined your Christmas creep joke.
Don't worry. I couldn't give a shit.
No.
Anyway...
That's the spirit of Christmas.
Can you tell me any examples, any actual examples of Christmas creep?
Well, supermarkets have started displaying Christmas goods.
Indeed. Mince pies, have a guess when they went out.
September the 24th.
September the 7th, so not far off.
Wow.
And Christmas markets are also opening earlier and earlier, as this graph from The Guardian demonstrates. If anyone can actually work out what's going on there, I'll give you a mince
When
pie.
did Birmingham get renamed Birmingham Frankfurt? Wasn't Brexit meant to end that sort of thing?
Now, does anyone know where has Christmas literally come early this year?
In Lapland.
Think South American country.
Brazil.
Begins with V.
Venezuela.
Yes, indeed. Authoritarian President Nicolas Maduro brought Christmas forward to the 1st of October this year, declaring on television, "It smells like Christmas." And the aim is to distract the country from protests against his dubious election victory and the fact that his administration has overseen one of the worst peacetime economic collapses in modern history. Merry Christmas. Obviously, it was Halloween this week. Do you remember the boy who made a Halloween costume out of 340 Yorkshire puddings?
Yes, he was on the other week, wasn't he? We had a picture
He
of him.
was indeed.
Yeah. What's he done now?
Well, let's have a look at him and his dad on This Morning this week.
Here we go.
They played the ball.
Hey.
It was a great...
OK, guys, hi there. Can you see? Yeah, let me bring you round. Hey, darling. Oh, you're very greasy, aren't you?
Why is he wearing shorts?
That's the only question you've got to ask.
I don't mind the costume, but the chap's wearing shorts.
Shouldn't he be reported for battering his kid?
It used to be All Hallows Even.
Yes, that's right.
And it was just a very low-key ceremony.
Yeah.
Well, when I was at school, it's...
Yeah.
No, it was.
Yeah.
Any boys got any dead parents? There'll be a service in the crypt, 6:30. All Hallows Even. You think I'm joking?
So
I think you're losing it. I don't know what you're talking about.
What has the Royal College of Surgeons advised against doing this Halloween?
Dressing your kid as a Yorkshire pudding.
Not specifically. What they've done is they've told people that instead of giving trick-or-treaters sweets, they should give children Play-Doh or stickers. Here's one sticker that was spotted in Australia this week.
There we are.
This is the phenomenon known as Christmas creep. Apparently, there is so much Christmas food in the supermarkets already that there's barely any room on the shelves for Easter eggs. No one knew I had a wooden coil until that fell out.
We seem to be plagued by props. I've got a rack, you've got a spoon. Let's hit the rack with the spoon.
Come on, then.
You ready?
Am I involved in this? Fingers on buzzers, teams. Here's your next one.
Generation Z, as I believe they're called, apparently don't know how to queue at the bar. Or rather, they do know how to queue at the bar. They don't know that you're not meant to queue at the bar. And apparently, they're doing it because they learned how to do it in the pandemic, when that's what you did, and they don't know how to do any different.
Are you telling me that young people today don't know how to approach a bar to get a drink? This can't be a true story, surely.
They don't line up along the bar and jostle anymore. They stand in a proper queue.
Isn't that to be applauded?
You got us through the Blitz.
Let's just have a look at a handy diagram from the Telegraph.
Oh, right, yeah, this will explain everything.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm a non-pub goer, so I genuinely don't know. So who has right of way?
The person who knows the barman.
Most attractive person.
Yeah. Well, I mean, there's one person who's in both queues. One who's got his hands out, like he's got his arms out, like he's got no hands. I can't believe that this is a true story.
No.
But in the old days...
Yeah. Which is define the old days, so Ian, that means the 13th century.
At a pinch.
Yeah. If you had the plague, you'd get free drinks. Pork scratchings, nah, it's a touch of the bubonic, I'm afraid. There's a topical joke for you.
Yeah.
Well, the Daily Star said, if you're not willing to fight for your pint, what will you fight for?
If you take the risk of queuing all the way out the door, you might find your local MP punches your lights out, but you've got to be careful.
Exactly. On the subject of naughty behaviour, would you like to see a police chase in Brazil?
Yeah, oh, yes. That's the main reason why I came here tonight.
Here we go, then.
Oh, this looks good. Yeah, go on.
Surely.
After a while, you think they probably forget who's chasing who.
Gen Z are being told they shouldn't queue in pubs, but jostle with everyone in the traditional manner. I have to say that people have always queued up at my local Wetherspoons, although mainly to get in at 8 o'clock in the morning. Time now for the odd one out round. Ian and Nabil, your four are Rishi Sunak, AI Michael Parkinson, Martin Carroll from Stratford-upon-Avon and a tomato factory in Suffolk.
They're all AI generated. Michael Parkinson's been AI generated this week.
Yes.
Rishi Sunak revealed to be a robot. And those tomatoes are an illusion.
It's to do with identifying them. What did Keir Starmer call Rishi Sunak?
He called him Prime Minister.
That's right.
Because Keir can't get used to the idea that he's Prime Minister, which is shared by some other people. But they've all been wrongly identified.
Right. Yes.
Michael Parkinson's the odd one out.
You're right, Paul.
Yeah.
They've all been wrongly identified, except AI Michael Parkinson, who's so realistic he's been clearly labelled as AI Michael Parkinson to avoid confusion. And he's going to be interviewing real guests for an upcoming show. The BBC really will do anything to avoid commissioning new formats, won't they? Here he is talking to the Today programme.
Good morning to listeners of the Today programme and, actually, all the listeners of BBC Radio 4. This is Michael Parkinson, or at least a version of me in this rather curious AI form.
Yeah, I mean, that does say, I mean, if you didn't know that was AI, you would never have thought it wasn't him.
After presenting his chat show for several years on the BBC, Michael Parkinson interviewed a range of celebrities, including Billy Connolly, Muhammad Ali, Billy Connolly, Helen Mirren, Billy Connolly, Billy Connolly, and most memorably, Emu.
Billy Connolly was on that episode of Parkinson, and apparently, at the end of the show, as the Emu approached him, Billy Connolly said, if it comes near me, I'm going to break his neck on your arm. Why he said it in a South African accent, nobody knows. Nobody knows the answer to that. It's a mystery.
Can anyone guess what the one question every guest will be asked without fail is?
No.
OK, well, it's how it felt to be questioned by a digital entity. Unlike Good Morning Britain, where Ed Ball's guests are asked what it's like to be interviewed by a non-entity. And, who has Rishi Sunak been wrongly identified as, you did say?
Ramesh Ranganathan.
That'd be more fun.
According to some people, me, Big Zoo, and Big Nasty are all the same person. There's one black guy that's not on a diet. That's different shit.
Let's have a look.
But it's a legal decision, not a policy decision. And the Prime Minister... The Prime Minister knows the framework. It requires serious consideration. And the Prime Minister knows the legal framework. He knows the legal framework very well. It's the same test for all licences that the Prime Minister knows. I don't think the Prime Minister is really inviting me to put that to one side. We have to... the Leader of the Opposition...
Idiot.
There we go. Keir Starmer was also wrongly identified by 10 million voters who thought he'd be a competent leader. Now, who has this man been wrongly identified as?
He looks like Rick Wakeman, but that's got nothing to do with it, is it?
Well, you're in the right sphere. Music we're talking about, but it's not Rick Wakeman.
Oh, is he Elvis?
What about the audience? Anyone? Paul Weller.
Oh,
yes, that's right.
Is it actually him?
No.
No.
It wouldn't be much of a story if Paul Weller had been identified as Paul Weller. Even on a slow news day.
So let's have a look at Paul Weller.
Yeah.
Where we go.
I think he was given a free breakfast in a cafe in Wolverhampton because he looked like Paul Weller but wasn't Paul Weller.
Wow. It was in Wolverhampton. He was actually out for a curry and he was approached 8 times for an autograph and had to repeatedly deny he was Paul Weller. But the staff would not listen and instead they put this on Facebook. The legend Paul Weller here dining tonight just before performing at the Halls. Such an amazing gentleman. A spokesperson for the restaurant told the Star he should not have allowed the picture to be taken if he wasn't Paul Weller. We thought he was. While one waitress said, we all had a good laugh about it. To be honest, I had no idea who Paul Weller was. And finally, what was a tomato factory in Suffolk mistaken for this week?
A tomato factory in Norfolk. A brothel.
No. Dee Harrison from Ipswich was driving to work last Wednesday morning.
Oh, yes! She thought she was seeing the Northern Lights.
That's right.
And it turned out to be the glow from the tomato factory.
Here it is. Let's have a look at a picture. Apparently, Specsavers have genuinely now given her a free trip to Iceland to see the real Northern Lights.
But she's gone to the local freezer centre instead.
They've all been wrongly identified except for AI Michael Parkinson's, who's so realistic he's been clearly labelled to avoid confusion. Broadcasters are concerned about the ethical, moral and financial risk posed by the use of AI presenters. It's a particular worry for BBC News bosses who are still reeling from the ethical, moral and financial risk caused by their human presenters. And here is the impressive glow from the Blakemore tomato factory.
Yeah.
Such a spectacular sight that, as we speak, thousands of Norwegians are currently trying to book a scenic cruise to it. OK, Paul and Tom, your four are Margaret Thatcher, Kamala Harris, Wallace and Gromit and Niels Yard.
Well, the Niels Yard story is probably the key to this because they were subject to a gigantic fraud. Somebody set up a fake company, and Niels Yard Dairy delivered, I think, like £300,000 worth of cheese to be exported abroad, and it turned out the company didn't exist and the cheese has disappeared. Honestly, I wouldn't make it up.
I think they've now arrested the Niels Yard Dairy guy, and he's 63, which is surprisingly mature for a cheese thief. Wallace and Gromit went to the moon with the intention of stealing cheese. Margaret Thatcher stole some milk.
Margaret Thatcher milk snatcher, which was a popular phrase
Chant.
back in the early 70s. Chant.
She cut it.
She stopped school milk, didn't she?
Yeah.
Kamala Harris, I don't know if she's got any cheese connections.
Well, she has not ever stolen cheese, but she is about to have an election stolen from her by a block of Red Leicester. So...
So I would say Kamala Harris is the odd one out. Cut to the chase.
No.
No, she isn't.
Anyway, well, apparently they've all been accused of taking away dairy products, except for Niels Yard, who had their cheese stolen.
Yes, very good.
22 tonnes of cheddar, worth 300 grand, but never paid up after it was delivered. And sometimes you just hear something so awful you don't know how to react.
We import 2/3 of our cheese. That is a disgrace.
I think she speaks for us all.
Sarah Stewart, who's the managing director of Niels Yard, said that the fraudster spoke with a French accent and seemed to have an expert knowledge of cheese.
I don't have the, how do you say, invoice right now. If you front me, I'm good on it, huh?
What theory do you know has emerged about the possible culprit?
I thought you said he'd been arrested.
Yeah, somebody has been arrested.
Well, it could be the Russians, apparently. The Times reports that rumours are rampant within the cheese community.
Yes.
That the fraudster may have been part of a criminal gang sneaking luxury foodstuffs into Russia. The police are yet to comment, but think the gang could have links to the KG Brie. Now, Wallace and Gromit, they travelled to the moon. They ended up, apparently, angering a local coin-operated gas cooker. Coincidentally, coin-operated gas cookers are another Labour policy pensioners can look forward to. Did we come to a conclusion about why Kamala Harris is a supposed threat to dairy?
We don't know.
Well, Donald Trump has claimed that the Democrats want to get rid of cows.
Oh, yes, that's right.
As part of their environmental plans to reduce greenhouse gas emissions.
The bastards.
He said they want to kill our cows. That means you are next. Let's have a look at him talking to a 6-year-old about his favourite farm animal.
My name is Briar. I'm 6 years old. I live on a farm in Massachusetts. What's your favourite farm animal?
Favorite farm animal?
What's the animal?
Well, this guy grew up in the city.
I'll tell you what I love. I love cows. But if we go with Kamala, you won't have any cows anymore. I don't want to ruin this kid's day. I love cows. I think they're so cute and so beautiful and so productive. But according to Kamala, who's a radical left lunatic, you will not have any cows anymore. So we have to vote her out. If you like cows, you have to vote.
I know. These poor sods sitting around pretending to find him funny. Surely no TV career's worth that.
They've all been accused of taking away dairy products, except for Neil's Yard, who've had their cheese stolen. It's thought the 22 tonnes of cheese was stolen to order. They originally wanted 20 tonnes, but were told it's a little bit over. Is that all right? Thatcher's removal of free milk for the over sevens led to a common chant of Thatcher, Thatcher, milk snatcher, and school kids were soon worried that their free yoghurt was also under threat from Junior Minister Brian Boggart. Margaret Thatcher didn't physically take the milk away from school pupils. She just looked at it till it curdled. Time now for the Missing Words Round, which this week features as its guest publication Subterranea, the magazine of Subterranea Britannica, the society for fans of man-made underground structures. And we start with locals in Worcester resort to what to deal with rowdy seagulls.
Oh, I know this one. It's sarcasm.
Hello, Beaky. Oi, Beaky.
I had hand jobs, but I thought it said Randy. I've only just noticed it says Randy.
Locals in Worcester resort to contraceptive pills to deal with rowdy seagulls.
Are they taking the contraception, the locals?
This will stop the seagulls.
The contraceptive pill scheme is already used to control pigeons in Venice.
Really?
But not in Rome, because the Pope won't allow it. Next one. Supermarket shoppers are putting what in their trolley to signal they're looking to have an affair?
This is worth knowing, isn't it?
Aubergine.
It's not aubergine.
Is it pampas grass?
Oh, you heard about that one, have you?
Supermarket shoppers are putting upside-down peppers in the trolley to signal they're looking to have an affair.
What, before they leave the supermarket, is this? Meet you in the car park. 5 positions or less.
Why? Would you be prepared to experiment for all of us?
Yeah, all right. I'll have to clear it with the wife, obviously.
Fair enough. Next one. John Crawford from Glasgow was enjoying his back garden when what?
It subsided, revealing a vast Roman amphitheatre.
Yeah. I think that's right. When it collapsed to reveal a subterranean nirvana.
John Crawford from Glasgow was enjoying his back garden when he fell down a hole into a 12th century monk's foul water drainage system.
Holy shit!
OK, next. Spanish teenager who had a fight with his parents retaliates by what?
Reversing the onset of puberty.
No.
Hiring out a Labrador.
He did something in the garden.
Oh, dirty devil.
He dug an underground bunker over 6 years.
Was he still a teenager when he finished it?
Oh, I don't fucking know. Anyway,
You don't get out on University Challenge, do you?
No. The 14-year-old got into an argument with his parents when they wouldn't let him go into town wearing a tracksuit. The teenager said the project helped him unwind in the evenings after school when he would work by hand several times a week. But that's teenage boys for you. Next, Delia Smith describes what as a smear on a plate?
That's got to be nouvelle cuisine, isn't it?
Delia Smith describes French cuisine as a smear on a plate.
Right.
Delia Smith said a lot of modern dishes resemble a fancy smear. A friend of mine once had a fancy smear. Turns out she'd sprayed Chanel No. 5 instead of Femme Fresh. Now, finally, pensioner calls local rugby club to what?
Pensioner calls local rugby club to voluntary services as a player.
It might be a lady pensioner.
Oh, calls rugby club to offer her services as a hooker.
pensioner calls local rugby club to help her retrieve her remote control.
Oh.
She was 86 years old. She was called Angela Robinson and called the rugby club for help when her TV remote got stuck down the side of her armchair.
Yeah.
So, Mrs. Robinson, if you're watching tonight, you've lost the remote again, haven't you? And the final scores are Ian and Nabil have 3 and Paul and Tom have 8.
Oh, well done.
On which note, we say thank you to our panellists, Ian Hislop and Nabil Abdul Rashid, Paul Merton and Tom Peck. And I leave you with the news that in Runcorn, one local regrets asking Labour MP Mike Amesbury how gardening leave is going. There's a surprise for Good Morning Britain viewers as a stray camera gives us a glimpse under Susanna Reid and Richard Madeley's desk. And in Penzance, after yet another ship is lured onto the rocks, local estate agents regret selling the house with the sea view to Anne Widdicombe. Good night.
Good evening. Good evening, and welcome to Have I Got News for You. I'm Roy Wood Jr., and I usually host the American version of this show, but I'm here this week seeking asylum. In the news this week, outside of Wendy's in San Francisco, there's an embarrassing moment as 2 people realize they're both up for the same job. In Washington, one man learns his work nemesis won't get the promotion she was hoping for. And at UK border checks, one American chicken importer denies their birds have been injected with steroids. On Ian's team tonight, a comedian who once took a trip to Las Vegas and says she was blown away by America's sunny positivity. Wow, that trip must have been a long time ago. Please welcome Roisin Connerty. On Paul's team tonight, an author and broadcaster who was awarded a world record for naming the most capital cities in a minute. Impressive. Most Americans wouldn't even know that England was the capital of London. Please welcome Richard Osman. We begin with the bigger news stories of the week. Ian and Roisin, have a look at this.
Ooh. Oh, village people, and there's the idiot. There's the loser. Well, this is the shock news to everyone who'd been telling us for weeks it was neck and neck, and it wasn't at all.
No.
Right, you're deported. There's the face of a man who's won without cheating.
Yeah.
And he couldn't believe it.
Yes, that's correct. That is the historic U.S. election, which has put the first woman in the White... Hang on. Let me redo that. The historic U.S. election, which has put the first convicted felon in the White House.
Yeah. I like the idea that last time he complained, but this time it wasn't rigged.
No.
It's funny, though, because the Democrats obviously didn't bother to rig it this time.
Yeah, nice and smooth.
I'd like to see the Democrats' version of storming the Capitol, though.
Yeah.
They would everyone would have little wicker baskets. They'll all be listening to podcasts on the way.
Make sure you pack a lunch.
The American way of dealing with Trump is like he obviously should have been disqualified for January 6th, but instead they let him run and just put a ring of steel around the Capitol. And that's why they deal with gun control. Like, they have shootings in schools. They could get rid of guns, but they just put checkpoints in schools. It's mad.
They're going to do that. They're going to get rid of schools.
That's the problem. And the schools. That's the problem. Now, what has the press reaction been like?
I don't know. I haven't seen a paper for years. Have you know?
Largely, the Tory press were thrilled because they'd hoped it was going to be Trump. Their headlines like, Trump gives hope to the Conservative Party. And so there's a feeling that the right will triumph again everywhere and possibly here.
I think German newspaper Die Zeit best summed it up. Why do the polls always get it so wrong?
It's not the polls that are the problem, it's the Americans, Roy.
Maybe people are reluctant to say how they're going to vote if they're sort of going to vote for Trump. They don't want to admit it in public, but then go ahead and vote in private. I don't know.
But we always think pollsters don't bring their own prejudices to the polls. They're somehow magically independent. They're not. And repeatedly, I mean, we saw it in Brexit, and we've had it lots of times. People sort of believe what they want to.
And who they asked as well, it's like who they... People keep saying shy fascists. And I don't know... Shy fascists?
Yeah.
Tiptoeing into Czechoslovakia. Look at me, I'm a shy fascist.
A lot of people seem reluctant to admit they supported Trump. Even Republicans in the state of Georgia claim to not be that impressed with the candidate in the build-up to the election. Have a look at this.
Who are you going to vote for?
The right person.
Well, who you think the right person
I want
is?
to be Donald Trump.
Okay, tell me why.
Last time you saw him talking, did you watch his lips?
Uh-huh.
Were they moving?
Uh-huh.
He's lying.
That man was lying. You could just tell by the way he was talking. He's got a fresh Klan robe in the closet. Neatly pressed.
We've got slightly different libel laws over here. Just mentioning it early.
No.
I'll visit you.
He didn't know. No, to be fair, Roy didn't say he was a member of the Ku Klux Klan. He just said he liked the uniform.
Indeed.
Yeah. Okay, then let me take it back. I guarantee you that man has a white sheet in his house that he may or may not wear at night to scare minorities. Yeah. There was also a lot of political heroes in the American election. How did Peanut here become a symbol of Republican criticism of the government? I can guarantee you that squirrel got a white sheet in his closet.
Yeah. You can see it in his eyes.
Yeah. I don't like that hat.
You're safe there.
Well, Peanut the squirrel, there was a suggestion that he might have rabies, and you can only test for rabies once the animal's dead, apparently, so they killed him, and then said, no, he hasn't got rabies. He's a squirrel back in a jiffy bag.
He was living in a house with a man.
Oh, was it? Well, that's...
Yeah.
Listen, you
legally.
know, I'm not judging.
Illegally. Yeah, they were together.
Yeah,
not like
right,
that.
right.
That's all right.
Who knows?
Who knows?
He got rabies somehow.
Yeah. Bury his nuts every autumn.
Peanut was living in a house, and according to the New York Times, a warrant was issued to seize him. And when they came to pick him up, he bit somebody involved with the investigation. So they euthanized him to test for rabies, and you're correct, he did not have rabies. But maybe if Peanut the squirrel had just complied with the authorities' orders.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you think they'll try this with Prince Andrew when they try and evict him?
What, in case he's got rabies? Worth a go, innit?
Trump won a huge share of independent voters. What is it about Trump that they like?
The last question in all the rallies was, you know, would you like not to be poorer? And that's a fairly binary vote. And in the end, more people thought, yeah.
It's always the question everywhere, isn't it? It's always either, are you poorer, are the dice loaded against you because of your next-door neighbour, or are the dice loaded against you because of billionaires? And billionaires in the last few years have been very clever at saying it's your next-door neighbour, and that's what Trump has cleverly done. But I think they made 64 billion, the 10 richest people in the world since he got elected. Just in one day, 64 billion. That's Elon Musk, that's Jeff Bezos, that's Gary Lineker, all of them.
Did any of the coverage stand out for you all? I mean, I know it's been a day or two since the election. I know some of the...
We had amazing coverage in Britain.
Did we?
Yeah, we had Boris Johnson on Channel 4.
With Stormy Daniels.
With Stormy Daniels. There's an interesting pairing.
Yeah, at the end he's going, we actually just need one cab at the end of the year. We're fine.
Here he is talking about an issue close to his heart.
The lizard part, if you wanted Trump to win. Is the lizard part back this time round?
Well, look, as I say in my book, Unleashed.
Stop it.
No.
Sit down.
No. There's absolutely nothing you can do to stop it. It's a lie.
Come on, it's so cheap. Put it away.
Well, look, here
I mean, not the book, but I mean, you know.
Here we go.
Unfortunately.
I'm a Ryder Club member.
Wow.
Oh, what a grubby little div. Oh, my God.
I was literally just about to get mine, but I won't now.
Amazon went big on their election show with Brian Williams. Have a look at what Amazon did.
For the historic night, we have decided to put ourselves in the middle of America. There you go, something close to the middle of the country.
Wow.
Yeah.
That would be a shopping centre in Rugby for us.
Although I have to say, the way they positioned Brian Williams' desk made it seem like he was going to get run over by a truck at some point.
Oh, that's very stressful.
Why are you in the middle of the road, Brian Williams? With Trump's election, what's Keir Starmer rushed to do?
Phoned him.
Bring him up.
Yeah, congratulate him. Well done. To make sure that we keep that special relationship going that only the British are aware of.
Keir tweeted on Wednesday morning, "I know the special relationship will continue to prosper."
Wow. Has Dick Van Dyke come into the studio?
I don't know about that sounded Australian, my bad.
He's in the room. Blimey, Mary Poppins.
Here's Trump acknowledging that special relationship.
He was the big winner of the last election in the UK, and he's a very spectacular man, very highly respected, Nigel Farage.
Oh, he's got that salute right at last.
It's an amazing shot there of Clacton, isn't it?
Who else had to eat some Trump humble pie after Election Day?
Oh, my God.
Oh, David Lammy. He said he was a fascist and he was... What else?
Yeah.
He used the words KKK about him.
Yes, he did. That as well. Foreign Secretary David Lammy, who said, if Trump comes to the UK, I will be out protesting in the streets. He's a racist, KKK, and Nazi sympathizer. Wait, I'm sorry. That's from 2017. Let me find the one. Here's what he said this week. Congratulations to Donald Trump on your victory. We look forward to working with you and J.D. Vance. I see, that's where you go too far. Nobody's looking forward to working with J.D. Vance. Now, who from the UK did have strong words for Trump?
Liz Truss?
No, not Liz.
Who's that?
No, I don't know. Google her.
It was Lib Dem leader Ed Davey who said, this is a dark, dark day for people around the globe. The world's largest economy and most powerful military will be led by a dangerous, destructive demagogue. Davey completed the statement, then inflated his rubber ring and jumped down a water slide.
Roy, do you understand that punchline?
Oh,
or did you just trust
They showed me the picture of him. And I'm like, that is a policymaker?
I mean, yeah.
Okay. Incidentally, what did Putin release this week?
A fragrance?
Elon's Musk.
Elon's Musk, that's a good one.
Yeah, I like that one.
It's called Crimea River.
Oh, that's very good.
Oh, very nice.
Took me a minute.
We should brainstorm perfume.
Yeah, absolutely.
What are we doing here?
Well, you know the phone's listening to us. Stop giving away the money for free.
Right. Roy, not only is a phone listening to us, we are literally on television.
What Putin released was the FSB annual calendar, which this year features Putin with his new BFF, President Xi of China. Here they are on the calendar.
I don't know if you heard that, but when you said it, Ian went, oh, yeah. Like it was something that you were anticipating.
The Putin calendar is usually topless.
Oh, it's a shame.
Yeah, and I was hoping, but it...
Oh, you was hoping like the topless on a horse and not the Vin Diesel Fast and Furious?
Yeah.
Wow.
This is the happy news that Donald Trump has accepted the election result. It's estimated that Trump's mass deportation plans could cost around $88 billion, which is still less than what the Democrats spent on booking Beyonce. During his campaign, Trump repeatedly announced his intention to fight what he described as the enemy within, which in his case is cholesterol. Paul and Richard, take a look at this.
Yeah. This is Kemi Badenoch. She's become the new Tory leader. And she was on the Laura Kunsberg show, and she was being questioned, and she said, "I'm not here to win a popularity contest." Which seemed to be misjudging the job position that she's going to be fighting for in a few years. Yeah, so she's the new leader of the Conservative Party.
Kimmy beat her rival, Robert Jenrick, by 10,000 votes in the election. Now, how did she beat him?
Well, Robert Jenrick is like...
boring?
Yeah, when he's on TV, I always have to check with someone to make sure they're also seeing him. It was like running against a mist.
Yeah.
I think that dead squirrel might have beaten him.
Well, nonetheless, his wife was there at the count to support her losing-ass husband, and to also supportingly applaud the winner. Take a look.
Very good.
Now, I don't want to get sued because of your laws over here, but is it polite to guess what drug somebody are on?
No, that's all right. You can guess.
Yeah, no, you can do that, and then we will come and visit you.
Yeah.
Kimmy's parents were a doctor and an academic, but how, according to her, did she become working class?
Oh, she had a Saturday job somewhere.
McDonald's,
yeah. She got a Saturday job, and then she went working class. When she got in there, it turned her working class. She arrived in a carriage, and then got in there and had a couple of fries. It was all like, "Hello, love."
That's awfully good. That's better than his chimney.
We'll see about that. I'll try again later.
Americans, I think, have a certain image of British people, right? And I think there's that big Harry Potter thing as well. And it's not helped by the fact that the 5 leading candidates for the Tory party election were called Badenoch, Jenrick, Tugendhat, Cleverly and Stride.
Wow.
All of whom could have been Harry Potter professors.
Yeah. All houses. You can imagine the sorting hat coming out. You're in Badenoch. Oh, no.
The sorting hat in Harry Potter was very creepy.
Yeah, listen,
Good film, but that hat, I didn't like that. I turned away.
I think they've done a book of the film as well.
I'll look into that. What did your Boris Johnson say that Kimmy Badenoch would
He's not my Boris Johnson.
I'm sorry for making eye contact with you. What did your Boris Johnson say Kimmy Badenoch would bring to the party?
A couple of crates.
Yeah. He said she would bring Zing and Zap, which are a couple of girls he met on holiday. And Keir Starmer also said that Kimmy's election as the first black female leader of a major political party was a proud moment in the history of our country, although Labour MP Dawn Butler was a lot less enthused. What did Dawn do?
She accused of being a white person in blackface or something like that?
Yes, it's the fury of the left when someone who's black doesn't vote for Labour. And it made her very, very cross. So she retweeted, I think, someone else.
Yes.
Right.
Although now Elon Musk will sue you for saying tweeted as well, because I think it's X'd.
She X'd. She likes some words on a website. Can I say that legally?
Yeah,
Would that not be getting me sued?
Yeah, you're fine with that.
Shit, y'all be hating so hard. Now, explain to me, if you all can, why the Labour Party has never had a non-white or female leader.
I think they assume they will have the support of minorities who then don't necessarily give them that support. That's what happened in the American election as well. And I think that's a mistake.
I know, and the Tories have had 4 female leaders, 2 non-white leaders. I mean, they've had an awful lot more leaders. I'll give them that, but... but it does seem suspicious.
What do people say is Kimmy Badenoch's flaw?
She can pick a fight in a paper bag with herself.
According to Tim Stanley in The Telegraph...
I don't listen to him, he's an idiot.
Yeah. That's not libelous, that's true.
Yeah, that's. I've got medical records to prove it.
According to Tim Stanley in The Telegraph, she's too confrontational, too aggressive with the media, they say. They don't realize that most male journalists rather like that we're still little boys seeing how far we can wind up Mummy before she gives us a smack.
Do you recognise yourself in that description, Ian?
No.
I do.
Y'all freaky as hell up here. Okay. Now, some news about appalling standards of behavior in your House of Commons.
Yes.
What did Labour MP Steve Witherden do in the chamber to earn a public reprimand?
Oh, he didn't, did he?
Oh.
No, he drank some milk.
Out of what?
Out of a cow.
According to the Mail on Sunday, he was spotted taking a swig from a milk carton by Tory frontbenchers who tipped off the deputy speaker to remind him of the no food or drink rule in the chamber. His rejoinder was that he would not be ashamed of supporting British dairy farmers, unlike the last Tory government. Zing!
Wow.
I would not be ashamed.
He accused the Speaker of being lactose intolerant.
Yes. That's the difference between us and America. In America, they try to hang Mike Pence. Here we've got an MP drinking out of a carton of milk. And that makes the headlines.
This is Kemi Badenoch becoming leader of the Conservative Party. According to The Times, Kemi Badenoch is the fourth female Tory leader after Margaret Thatcher, Theresa May, and Liz Truss. So whatever she does, she can't ever be the worst. Kemi Badenoch's first government role was when Boris Johnson made her Junior Minister for Children and Families. A really busy department thanks to him. Yeah, we know about Boris Johnson and the kids. We know about Boris. We call him Stupid Trump. And so to round two, and because I love your quaint little country with its amusing local stories, it's time for the tiny island of news. Fingers on buzzers, teens.
Now, I did see this, it's the M1's anniversary. 65 years, so next year I'll be able to claim a pension.
That is correct. This is the news that the M1 motorway is 65 years old. Happy birthday, M1! Yeah! Celebrating the birthday of a road. Y'all remember where you were in 1959 when the old M1 got laid out? Ian, where were you in 59?
I wasn't born.
If you say so.
If it's 65, they should let buses use it for free.
How did they celebrate the birth of this road in 1959?
I think the Queen opened it, didn't she?
Yes,
1959.
yes.
I seem to remember Pathé black and white imagery of sort of, and here's the Queen opening up the M1, which promises to get people from London to Leeds in no time at all. Something like that.
Pretty good.
That's how you do the accent.
Yeah.
That's how you do it.
And here comes Mary Poppins on a broomstick.
Now, that was 1959.
Yes.
How has the M1 changed since it opened 65 years ago?
Extra lanes.
Got more conservative.
Yeah.
It used to have a 24-hour restaurant at Watford Gap Services, which used to get so rowdy with touring pop stars like the Beatles and the Rolling Stones that Jimi Hendrix mistook it for a nightclub. Here's the Watford Gap. Here's a picture.
To be fair, I think Jimi Hendrix mistook a lot of things for a nightclub.
Yeah.
Would you all like to see one of the original adverts? For
yes, please.
Oh, yes.
The London-Birmingham motorway, first of its kind in Britain, will open for traffic on November the 2nd, barring unforeseen delays. Its many wonders include, near Luton, a high retaining wall 16 feet wide at the base.
A 16-foot retaining wall outside Luton. Yeah, bitch, we got a road. All right, while we're on the subject of roads, we're going to play a game called Name That Road.
Oh, fantastic.
Are you ready?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Here's your first one. Which road links Caththorpe Interchange in Leicestershire with the Port of Felix... What the fuck? With the Port of Felixstowe in Suffolk.
Sorry, can you say that again?
Yeah, so we were distracted by someone walking out at the thought of a road.
Yeah. Right, you're taking the piss out of the M1. I'm off. Yep.
Okay.
Americans coming over here, knocking our roads. I'm off.
Tried to say those cities as best I could.
Yeah.
Say them again, Roy, but maybe use our accent.
Imagine Dick Van Dyke were here.
Okay, here's your first one. Which road links the Collop interchange in Leicestershire with the Port of Felixstowe in Suffolk?
Well, that's a tough question there, Roy. I've got no idea. You better tell us.
It's the A14. God, I love that road. That's my favorite road. Next road. It begins just outside Bedford and passes Hinton in the Hedges and Flyford Flavel and it's way to Upton Snodsbury near Worcester. What words are y'all putting? These are not real places. Y'all are just putting...
We've never heard of them.
You are just putting British syllables together.
Yeah. They're making fun of you.
Oh, I know, and I'm gonna let them. It's fine.
Yeah.
We gave y'all Trump for the next 4 years.
Yeah.
I gotta do something.
Can I take a look at that one?
Yeah, take a look at that one. Give me a shot.
This one.
He fell for it.
Yeah. I think it's the A422.
Yeah.
Points for you.
Yeah.
Next one. Which road starts in Newport, passes through Manchester and Stockton, and ends just outside Cambridge?
Oh, dear me. It's so hard to avoid the phrase, who cares? Is it the M62?
It's a trick question. It's Newport, Oregon, Manchester, Delaware, Stockton, Illinois, and Cambridge, Massachusetts. The answer is U.S. Highway 20, the longest road in America. This game is international.
Wow. Wow.
Okay, last one.
Thank God for that.
What's the shortest road in the United Kingdom?
It's only about 10 foot long, and I can't remember what it is.
Close. It's Ebenezer Place in Wick in northern Scotland, which measures 6 feet 9 inches. Just picture, Richard.
Oh.
How tall are you?
I'm 6'7", so I could. I'd certainly cause a blockage.
In other transport news, what's wrong with the Leeds bus station?
Ignore the obvious.
It's £3 now to get a bus.
No, it's not the price, it's the smell.
Oh, yes.
For 2 weeks, people have been complaining that it smells like fish, like there are cows in there, and like a baby's nappy mixed with mini cheddars. I do not know what that means. I don't want to know what that means.
Mini Cheddars was our Prime Minister during the Second World War.
And finally, what record has a runner in Wales recently set? Using a tracker...
High heels. He was in high heels.
Oh.
Yeah, it's gone.
Using a tracker hit the biggest cock and balls in history.
What?
On his, tracker thing, he drew an enormous cock and balls.
Using a tracker, Welshman Terry Rosamond set the world record for the largest ever GPS drawing of a penis.
Okay.
Let's take a look at that penis, please. If this is in any way an accurate description of a penis, you should see a doctor.
Particularly if that measurement's accurate.
This is the news that Britain's oldest motorway, the M1, is 65 years old. According to BBC News, the toilets at the M1's Watford Gap services once attracted the likes of the Beatles, Jimi Hendrix, and the Rolling Stones. I wonder whatever could have attracted them. The excellent plumbing, maybe, or the lockable door and the readily available flat surfaces. We'll never know. Meanwhile, one clap for cocaine.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry, are we putting in an order? Do you want some, Ian?
No, 2 for snuff.
2 for snuff. Whenever I see you clap now, I'm going to think, oh, Ian's on the snuff.
Meanwhile, Leeds bus station has been plagued by a mysterious stench. One passenger who had just arrived there from London said, "I was confused because I've never smelt anything like that." And he just spent 5 hours on a megabus. Fingers on buzzers, teams.
It's the royal family.
It was on the tip of my tongue. I recognise it. Yeah.
This is the story that the King and the Prince of Wales both received large amounts of money through their holdings in the Duchy of Lancaster and the Duchy of Cornwall. They own vast amounts of the country, and lots of people pay rent, but no one knew that it was people like hospitals and schools and the army. And this wasn't very popular.
And that is correct. The NHS has been charged rent by the king. An investigation by the Sunday Times and Channel 4's dispatches revealed that the Duchy of Lancaster charges one London hospital trust £829,000 a year to park ambulances on one of its warehouses.
I would say if they need somewhere to put ambulances, people would pay to have them parked outside their house just as like a form of insurance.
The Duchy of Lancaster also owns the land around the River Mersey in Liverpool, so it makes money off the Mersey ferry. How did Liverpudlians react to the news?
Well...
Just a second, I want you all to acknowledge how hard I rehearsed Liverpudlians. A lot of them had no idea. One woman had this reaction to the news.
Are Liverpudlians aware who is making money from their famous ferry?
I have no idea who owns the foreshore. I believe it's a gentleman from Liverpool. I think his name's Chris.
That was my favourite bit. And just the panic, like when you're at school and you think you need to have an answer. Steve? Someone called Steve?
Now, what's particularly special about the Duchy of Lancaster?
It gets passed by the left-hand side.
Very good.
It doesn't pay any tax.
Yes. It has a special tax status, meaning they pay no capital gains tax or corporation tax on their profits.
Wow.
That's so slick. Now, what has Prince Andrew lost this week?
Dignity? No, he didn't.
That was ages ago.
His allowance. They took away his £1 million allowance.
Yes.
So he's got to pay his own rent.
Yes.
A new royal biography has revealed that King Charles has cut off Andrew's $1 million a year allowance.
Not the first thing I'd cut off.
Yeah.
According to the Times, Andrew may now be forced to downsize to Grade 2 listed 5-bedroom Frogmore cottage with 2 orangeries. I don't know about y'all, but I need at least 3 orangeries. I think be living with 2 orangeries like a broke bitch. Why would I ever? In other royal news,
yes.
What went up for sale this week?
The Duchess of Kent. Did you want a bid?
A slice of Queen Elizabeth and Prince Philip's wedding cake that was found under a bed in a suitcase 77 years after the wedding has sold at auction for £2,200. Would you like to see it?
I wouldn't like to eat it. But...
Yes. Here's a picture of the fruitcake holding the slice of wedding cake.
I'd eat it.
Once you start seeing Britain through American eyes, you realise we're in trouble.
This is the news that the royal family are making millions a year from their property empire. Amongst King Charles' properties is a service station, including a fast food outlet. Hey, not my Burger King. King Charles is said to have cut off Prince Andrew's £1 million allowance. Oh, no, the poor man. Now he may actually have to eat at Pizza Express. Time now for the odd one out round. Just one between you this week. They are crows, Sisyphus, a train driver, and a monkey with a keyboard.
Oh.
I don't know, I just like the crows. The one on the right's brilliant, isn't
it? You want some, mate?
Yeah, you want some.
Yeah.
Leave it out.
Yeah. This seems to be a programme dedicated to authentic Cockney accents.
Yeah. Is it repeating an action endlessly? Sisyphus had to roll this boulder up to the top of the hill.
Yeah.
What's the monkey doing? Sending emails. I'm out of the office. Don't work Tuesdays. Crows. They do the same thing a lot, don't they?
He's not going anywhere with this.
He really is.
Okay, I'll give him the benefit of the doubt.
We've got guests.
Yeah, we've got guests. What sort of impression does it give of our country? We don't know. You better tell us.
Yeah. good one.
Well, so his thing is non-stop. He never stops pushing the thing up the hill.
Yeah.
Monkeys can write the works of Shakespeare if there's infinite monkeys.
Given enough time, yeah.
Crows.
Yeah.
Crows hold a grudge.
Yeah, they
for
do.
like 17 years.
Yeah.
And so do train drivers.
And so does train drivers. So the odd one out is the crows.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, it's the crows.
Yeah, of course it's the crows.
They're all involved in something potentially endless, apart from the crows, who can only hold a grudge for 17 years. How did one man in Seattle work out and establish that crows can hold a grudge?
Because he kicked the crow up the arse 17 years ago. And then 17 years later he said, do you remember who kicked you up the arse? Yeah, you did. And that's...
Let's take you back.
That's the worst answer I've ever given in this programme.
In 2006... Professor John Marsleff had been investigating why crows attack people. So in 2006, he briefly captured 7 crows while wearing an ogre mask. Oh. Here he is in the mask. This is the mask he was wearing. Is that a mask or is that man just British? Like, what's up with the teeth? He then went back periodically to the same site to visit the crows while wearing the mask. The crows noticed and remembered him and cawed aggressively in his direction until this September, exactly 17 years later, when they finally forgave him and the cawing stopped.
And this guy you say is a professor?
Yeah.
Yes.
And they weren't even the same crows.
Ian, what's the deal with Sisyphus?
You can get ointment for it.
He was sentenced to this endless torment because he treated guests very badly by sort of murdering them a lot.
Yeah, he was a king who killed his guests to show how powerful he was and was punished for eternity for violating the sacred laws of hospitality. Travel lodge, you have been warned. What is potentially endless for a train driver?
The circle line?
It's very good.
According to the Mail Online, if a line manager interrupts a train driver's break to say hi, they have the right to restart the break from the beginning because any conversation with the boss counts as work.
Yeah, I agree. Why is he coming to say hi? No one's coming to say hi on your break. They're coming to get you to do jobs. Someone comes over and is like, hello. You're like, no.
We start again.
Yeah. I would hang around a boss and just sort of like, and make loads of noises. So eventually they were like, what's wrong with you? I'm like, uh-oh. I was like, I've got another hour.
What will a monkey with a keyboard never do?
Write the works of Shakespeare.
2 mathematicians in Australia have debunked the infinite monkey theorem.
Oh, have they?
That if a monkey spent enough time at a keyboard, it would eventually be able to reproduce the entire works of Shakespeare.
Ah, well, yeah, right.
They said that the amount of time it would take would be longer than the universe's entire lifespan.
I'm sticking with the monkeys. I think they're going to get it.
Right. He's on his break at the moment.
Yeah, if you speak to him, he deletes the whole of Othello.
Yeah.
How did the Sun newspaper cover this story?
Some pun on monkeys, isn't it? I should think.
The Sun newspaper went for much ado about nothing.
That is actually good.
They're all involved in something potentially endless, apart from the crows who can only hold a grudge for 17 years. According to a new deal signed by Britain's train drivers, their lunch hour can be restarted if a manager even stops to say hello. In theory, a lunch break could go on for 3 or 4 hours. That's unworkable, said French train drivers. That's barely enough time to let the wine breathe. Time now for the Missing Words Round, which this week features as its guest publication, Heritage Tractor Magazine. There's a lot in each issue, but I'll just plow through it. And we'll start with Keith Richards' what before every Rolling Stones gig?
It's brought back from the dead.
Yeah.
They've got a defibrillator with his name on it.
Start me up.
Yeah, yeah.
Keith Richards eats a whole shepherd's pie before every Rolling Stones gig. Keith insists on having a shepherd's pie before every Rolling Stones gig. stewed, gristly meat covered with a cheesy crust. It's a pretty good description of Keith Richards. Next, visitors to the Vintage Harvesters Open Day in Norfolk were in for a rare treat when Graham what?
Is it sprayed his seed over a 30-metre radius?
While rotating.
Visitors to the Vintage Harvesters Open Day in Norfolk were in for a rare treat when Graham showed off his machinery.
That's what Richard said.
Not far off it.
Machinery.
Yeah.
After the display, the gathered Norfolk crowd gave a rousing round of applause, made all the louder by the fact that everyone there had 12 fingers. Next, if someone turns up at your door brandishing a cucumber, what?
They're trying to scare your cat. Did you see all those videos?
Do you know I missed them?
Yeah.
If someone turns up at your door brandishing a cucumber, don't be surprised. It's more common than you think.
Well, I think that's not right.
Where is this from?
According to a recent survey, the fourth most popular item ordered on Deliveroo was a cucumber. Just one cucumber. So you're telling me that you weren't doing anything with this cucumber other than eating it? Not 2 or 3 cucumbers. You just ordered 1 cucumber and some lotion, and that's just what I'm supposed to do. Okay.
But also, you've ordered it, so why you wouldn't be surprised anyway.
Yeah.
Now, that's a nightmare scenario. You're ordering cucumbers and forgetting you've ordered cucumbers. It's like some sort of hell.
Real quick, before we go on, let's just pause for a second. To the Americans watching right now, a cucumber is a type of vegetable, and sometimes you eat vegetables because they're supposed to... Next, China could be spying on your kitchen by what?
By putting a tap on your sink?
Yeah. Oh, you're grown now, but you'll be buying it in paperback by Christmas.
China could be spying on your kitchen by using an air fryer.
Oh, yes.
Next, Catholic Church tries to woo young people by...
Is it sheer force of habit?
Catholic Church tries to woo young people by saying, do you want to see some puppies?
Catholic Church tries to woo young people by introducing new mascot.
Isn't Jesus enough?
Lastly, ask any American for a British stereotype and they'll say what?
A fondness for democracy.
Ask any American for a British stereotype and they'll say horrible teeth.
What are you saying? We'll ask you.
We say the food.
The food?
Yeah.
It's bad.
Chips, fish and chips.
Here's the thing.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say that British food is bad. I will say it does not photograph well.
I would agree.
That's the problem. So the final scores are Ian and Roisin have 4 points, and Paul and Richard have 7 points.
Oh, no.
Sorry about that. But before we go, there's just time for the caption competition.
God. It's like I can only think of a pun. Whenever I do a pun, Richard, whenever I do a pun, the audience just groan.
I think go for it. You can do it.
My head feels a little sore.
That
was incredibly patronising.
On which note, we say thank you to our panelists, Ian Hislop and Roisin Connerty, Paul Merton and Richard Osman, and I leave you with news that after an unexpected career change, one woman decides to take up acting and audition for a part in EastEnders. At an election victory party in Florida, one intern manages to slip away from an awkward situation at the last minute. And a Northampton man is delighted he can hear much more clearly after dislodging a stubborn piece of earwax. Good night.